If you want, I've got. Well, might watch it slightly faster, but I've got 14:7, I don't know. No, we can go now because okay.
Good afternoon and welcome to Bar TV's coverage of this round 10 NPL match at Darling Street Oval. It's Hamilton Olympic taking on Maitland FC. It's a big clash in round 10. It's first, third as they stand at the moment. As we start the second half of the season, we're going around the clock again, so it's a rematch of round 1 fixtures. And of course, Maitland, the only team thus far to have taken points off Hamilton Olympic when they played out a scoreless draw at Cook Square Park back on the opening weekend of the season. Team news, and Hamilton coach Michael Bolch has a full complement to choose from. Starting 11 for Hamilton Olympic will be Danny Ireland, Carl Hodges, Grant Brown, Kane Goodchild, Simon Mooney, Jacob Bailey, Andrew Swan in his first match of the season, Reese Cooper, Leo Bertos, Matthew Swan and Thomas Spencer. The bench for Olympic, Daniel Bird, Cody Lucas, Patrick Brown and Thomas Pullen. For Maitland FC, will they face a couple of headaches in terms of selection? Missing 3 players from the lineup for this weekend. Zach Hill is overseas, and former A-League players Dean Heffernan and Matthew Crowell are both missing as well. Heffernan serving a second suspension of the season after being sent off last time out. Matthew Crowell is expected to miss the remainder of the season with a hernia. So their starting 11 will be Matthew Trott, the goalkeeper, Carl Thornton, Blake Thompson, Liam Thornton, Ryan Broadley, Matthew Comerford, Matthew Thompson, Brock Oakley, Jordan Elphick, Sam Rossi and Benjamin Martin. The bench, Jai McKellar, Nick Russell, Noel Juma, Ben Calling and Regan Payne. Hamilton Olympic, of course, the ladder leaders. 22 points from a possible 24 thus far. And they come in off the back of consecutive 5-0 wins 2 and 3 weeks ago. For Maitland FC, they'll be looking to bounce back from their first loss of the season when they went down to Edgeworth 3-1 a fortnight ago. And of course, both these teams, as with all others in the league, with catch-up matches after last weekend's washouts. So teams have taken the pitch and we're just waiting for the coin toss to decide who runs which way first. We're just awaiting the start now. Round 10 action, NPL, Northern New South Wales on Bar TV Sports. So it will be the Magpies getting us underway in this one. It is cool here in Darling Street. The sun is attempting to come out after an overcast day in Newcastle. But as long as the rain largely holds off, we expect to have reasonably good conditions for play. The wind is just picking up a bit as we're about to get things underway. And we're underway. Ben Martin gets us started in round 10 on Bar TV Sport. It's first, third, as we said. A good match in prospect, we hope. It's Leo Bertos battling at the moment. That one, however, has gone into touch, so it will be Hamilton Olympic with the throw-in to be taken by Matthew Swan. Place for Spencer, who hoofs it forward, and then it's cleared again by Samuel Rossi. And Kane Goodchild under attention, some attention from Rossi early on. Back now to Matthew Trott, who will be hoping to also bounce back from an effort which he described as substandard last time against Edgeworth. He'll be hoping to get back on form in this one. Maitland, of course, second best defence in the competition so far. Beaten only by the team they faced today, Hamilton Olympic, who've only been breached 4 times in 8 matches so far, and they are on the attack early on. Matthew Thompson comes up with it in the middle of the park now. Attempts to move it on, but that's a wayward ball. Liam Thornton comes up with it and plays forward for Comerford, who rides the first challenge. Ball forward, can't bring it under control, so it's Hodges. It goes back to the keeper, Ireland, and he gives it the heave-ho and relieves the pressure. It will be Maitland to start again. It's with Oakley. He looks long for Barton, who can't bring it under control. There's a bit of feeling in this one early on. Tackles coming in strongly. It'll be Cooper now. Looks for an option. And he goes forward to Bertos, the former all-white. He comes up with it. He's heading backwards at the moment, so Maitland will be pleased with that. Just keeping things tight. Comes back to Cooper. Looks for help. Cooper looks long. It's intercepted by Oakley and then cleared by Blake Thompson. So neither side being able to take this one quite under control so far. They'll go back to Ireland. Hamilton Olympic will. And they'll try and start this again. Looks for Goodchild, but can't find him. There's Blake Thompson in the way again, and it is now Maitland trying to work it up through the left-hand side of the pitch. It's with Comerford. Referee plays advantage. Comerford looking to bring it into the area. The ball in is intercepted by Hodges. He puts it out of the field of play. Liam Thornton will take the throw. He looks for Comerford again. Back to Thornton. 1-2 with Comerford. Oh, look, maybe to have been tripped there. Referee's happy to let it go. Happy to say that there was ball in it. The quick out to Goodchild, though, is wayward. Of course, Kane Goodchild, 9 goals thus far this season. We'll see if he can make it double figures. Leads the competition at the moment. Out to Blake Thompson now, who looks up the pitch for an option. Goes central to find Martin. It's back to Thompson. And then back to his namesake, Matthew Thompson, the former Jet, among others. He now tries to clean up. It's with Spencer in the middle of the park. It's a penetrating ball. Across, it's in for Mooney. And it's cleared off the line. An early chance for Olympic. Couldn't put it away. Bailey looks for Bertos. He beats one. Now facing forward. Comes inside for Mooney. Back to Bertos, who whips it over. Across his block, but danger still. Cries of handball. No, it'll be a free kick. It'll go the other way. So a let off for Maitland. An early chance for Olympic. Still 0-0, just over 4 minutes into this round 10 clash. NPL Northern New South Wales on Bar TV Sports. We go again with Liam Thornton, and he's put that one out of play now. So it'll be Olympic with the throw in. It's Spencer now. Looks up the field, but that's intercepted by Liam Thornton again. It's with Comerford at the moment. And now forward for Thompson, who plays a good ball across for Ben Martin. He can't bring it under control. He's going to come under the attention of that Olympic defence now. He comes back for Oakley. Ball in, that'll be too close to the keeper, and that is easy pickings for Danny Ireland. He looks long for Goodchild. He can't escape Rossi. He's now with Cooper in the middle of the park. Looks for Mooney out wide. Mooney brings it just into the area. He'll be looking for an option. He tries to pick out Goodchild. I beg your pardon, but the cross is intercepted. It's a physical battle in the middle of the park. Referee takes exception to that one, though. pulling, beg your pardon. So Swan making the challenger. I'm a bit dyslexic there. I saw 12 for 21. Anyway, free kick for Maitland in the middle of the park after Elphick was fouled. So it'll be Blake Thompson, the sweeper, to take this one and look to establish an attack for Maitland. He does go long. He tries to pick out Martin, although he can't. So Mooney comes up with it. Go back to the middle of the park. And that's a wayward ball. He was looking for Spencer, couldn't quite find him. Oakley will take the throw in just under our commentary position at Darling Street. He goes long looking for Elphick. Can't find him. Cooper has it. He comes wide for Andrew Swan. Mooney steps off. It's with Cooper now. And Mooney stays away again, so Cooper comes up with it. Now it is Simon Mooney, who looks for Andrew Swan. Finds him. Spencer plays the 1-2, but puts a bit too much on it. Then it'll go out for a goal kick. Still a light breeze at the moment. It's favouring Olympic for the time being, but it has been swirling around. So just one of the variables that the players will need to be mindful of. As Trott takes the goal kick. And he finds Martin. It's Cooper now. Ball slips through, but that will be collected by the goalkeeper again. Bertos not quick enough to get onto that one. Comerford looking for an option, turning around and facing forward. And that's a good ball. Thompson, though, throws a leg at it. Can't bring it under control. Just going end to end at the moment. Goodchild can't get onto that one. Bertos might. No. Rossi gets there first. He's been solid thus far. That one's out of play. So it'll be Olympic with the throw on the far side. That one to no one in particular. It's Bertos now, and then picks up Bailey, who looks forward, but Goodchild is well shepherded again by Rossi. Nevertheless, it's the men in blue that come up with it again. Cooper in the middle of the park now. Beats one, beats a couple. Dispossessed finally. It was Elphick, and now a free kick given for Maitland again. Matthew Thompson eager to get things underway quickly. He looks for Oakley, who goes up the pitch, can't find Martin. And that's given the heave-ho by Andrew Swan over the canteen. It's back with Oakley. Can't find the man. Spencer comes up with it. Has Goodchild. Back to Spencer. Switch of play out to Bertos. He'll come under attention from Thornton. He'll look for an option. Spencer with the run, but he doesn't find him. So it's back to Swan, and now back forward for Goodchild. Looks to get the ball over. Defender gets a foot in. That'll be a corner. So Blake Thompson doing enough then to ward off the danger, but the first corner of the match for the hosts. Just over 9 minutes in. It'll be Bertos that will swing it in from the far side. Most of the players camped in that penalty area. Here comes the corner. It's long. It's too long, in fact. And the threat is seen off. It's now forward for Martin, who plays back to Liam Thornton. Goes long now. Andrew Swan gets the head on it with Mooney. Looks for an option. Looks to open up his body shape. Good switch of play. He picks out Bertos. Rossi gets a foot in. Bertos regathers. Comes across for Cooper. He looks back for Hodges. So they just take stock of their options and start again. Brings it out wide to Swan. He looks forward. Handball is the cry, and it is heeded by the referee. It's with Hodges. He looks across to his defensive partner in Grant Brown. And then over to Matthew Swan. It's a long ball, hoping to get Spencer onto it. Trott takes a couple of liberties, but he does come up with it in the end. The former Mariner. Goes long again. The header from Martin. It's Thompson that comes up with it. That's a strong challenge. Too strong in the eyes of the referee. The cry from Bailey is that he got ball, but the call there still that it was reckless in the eyes of the man with the whistle. Well, that'll just be a talking to for now. So it's Jordan Elphick that lies prone on the ground. Matthew Thompson with the set piece. Just near the edge of the centre circle. And it's easily dealt with. It's with Comerford. He's dispossessed, but Maitland will have the throw in now. Cleared by Matthew Swan. He'll look for Goodchild though. Rossi is there. Just nods it out of play. So the danger is dealt with, but Hamilton Olympic now some field position. Bertos to take the throw. He finds Spencer. Back to Bertos. He looks for Goodchild. Finds him. Good hold-up play. Blocked by Thompson. Blake Thompson, that is. He sets Broadley on his way, but it's brought under control by Brown. Broadley gets in the way, but Brown will have the throw in again. No, he'll leave it for Matthew Swan. And Rossi again getting in front of his man. He's been effective thus far, wearing shirt number 18 for Maitland, has Samuel Rossi. Dealt with the danger man well so far. Throw in, taken by Swan. He looks for Goodchild again, and it's Rossi all over him. He does turn and face forward, though. He finds Spencer, who'll look to make the ball across. He looks to cut back for Mooney, who can't quite get a foot on it. And then it's Elphick who cleans up and now looks to launch a counter-attack for Maitland. Blocked off, though. It's with Andrew Swan now. Broadley gets a foot in with Ben Martin. Elphick can't bring that under control. Now it's with Mooney, who's dispossessed by Oakley. Back to Blake Thompson. And they'll tidy up Maitland. Now Elphick again. Looks for Martin. Can't find the man. It's a bit of a moment there for Maitland. Couldn't quite take advantage of it, but that is the threat on the counter. As we go again. It's Elphick. He finds Thompson, who may not have known too much about that header. He has it now, does Matt Thompson. Looks forward for Broadley. Brown will be in the way there. And yeah, draws a pretty obvious free kick. So maybe just a bit of frustration there for Broadley. Hasn't been in the game too much so far. Just looking to find an opening. It'll be Danny Ireland, who hasn't had much to do so far, to take the free kick. Looks again for Goodchild, but that's over his head. Now he has it. Spencer, no, Rossi. Comerford, who now picks out Matt Thompson. He beats Swan the first time, not the second time. And now with Andrew Swan. Looks to the line. Mooney has done well to keep that in, but Blake Thompson has it now for Maitland. Now with Bertos. Couldn't quite bring that one under control. Couldn't find Goodchild. We've gone back to Trott now. Out to Blake Thompson. Switch of play. Bit under pressure. It's Wayward. Matthew Swan comes up with it. Now back in the middle of the park for Bailey, who looks for Tommy Spencer. He beats Swan the first time, not the second time. And now with Andrew Swan. Looks to the line. Mooney has done well to keep that in, but Blake Thompson has it now for Maitland. Now with Bertos. Couldn't quite bring that one under control. Couldn't find Goodchild. We've gone back to Trott now. Out to Blake Thompson. Switch of play. Bit under pressure. It's Wayward. Matthew Swan comes up with it. Now back in the middle of the park for Bailey, who looks for Tommy Spencer. He's played Mooney in, but he's taken him a bit too wide. Mooney will look. He plays the ball back to Andrew Swan, who goes the cross. It's on the deck. It's still there. And then the shot is wide from Spencer. There was a touch from a defender, though. So we'll have another corner. Another half chance for Hamilton Olympic. Just over a quarter of an hour gone. Mooney will take the corner from the opposite side this time. Goodchild with the header. And then the flick is over the bar. So Olympic just starting to pose a threat now, the competition leaders. Of course, they have only been held scoreless the once this season. That was against Maitland in that draw in round 1. 26 goals for in just the 8 matches so far and only 4 against. So formidable on either side of the ledger. Trott takes the goal kick. Martin can't bring it under control. Thompson now goes for Comerford, who looks to bring it into the area. Comerford goes himself and puts it over the bar. That's into the car park. Worth a try, though, cutting inside. He's been good down that flank so far as Matthew Comerford. Arguably Maitland's best attacking option so far. Andrew Swan will try and keep this in. He does, as does Mooney, but now it's with Rossi, who goes back to his keeper. He's left it short. Trott has to use his head, literally, to clean up. Now it's Thompson, who'll be looking to settle things down. Back to Blake Thompson. Goes long for Broadley. He'll find Martin. Martin just couldn't get it out from under his feet, and Hamilton can recover the troops in the back, and then that ball doesn't find the intended target. So it's back to Rossi. He finds Matt Thompson, who looked for the switch and play, picks out Elphick well. Elphick takes on Swan, beats him, will look for the ball back, but there's no one there on the edge of the goal area. So it's Reese Cooper that looks forward. Attempts to find Bertos. Liam Thornton gets the toe in, and he finds Comerford. Now back to Thornton. Looks forward for Broadley. He'll play Comerford in there. That's a good ball. Although Matthew Swan gets a toe in. Maitland will have their first corner of the game now. Once again, it's a congested penalty area. Olympic with just one man up, and that's Goodchild, the marksman. The corner comes in, it's short. It's not great. It's cleared now by Ireland. Bertos turns. He'll look for Goodchild. Sends him on his way. Cooper is charging through the middle. Bertos is there again, and also Swan. Goodchild takes on his man, but Thompson is strong. He makes the block, and now Goodchild will go again. This time he does get past. Cooper swings and misses. It's another good chance for Olympic. This game just starting to open up a little bit after the early salvos. It's with Goodchild. He looks back for Swan. He's played in Swan again. That's a strong challenge and a good challenge. Ball and all from Blake Thompson. Referee saw no problem with that. Because you have to be accurate when you go to the ground in the penalty area. There's a bit of a mix-up there. No harm done in the end. In fact, Olympic have the throw-in. Matthew Swan with the throw, looks for Bailey. There's a free kick, attempts to go quickly. Well, that was interesting. It looked like the free kick had been taken. Hit the man within 10 yards, but then they decided to go again. It's out with Mooney now. On the left-hand side, running at his man. Good flick. Swan on, then another good challenge from Oakley. Couple of excellent sliding tackles in the area for Maitland. And again, strong defence. It's Bertos. We'll look for an option. He doesn't have many. Now he tries to set Swan on his way, and he does go on his way. Beats his man. Swan will look to cut. Spencer with the shot blocked. So we stay scoreless. Still, and now a free kick for Olympic. Now to Cooper. Looks to beat Thompson. He does. Picks out Goodchild. Spencer now. Under the attention of a couple of Magpies defenders. Mooney beats one. Needs to beat a second. It's all a little bit untidy. Back to Andrew Swan. He does. Oh, there's a strike. Just over the bar. Jacob Bailey trying his luck from the edge of the area. He had Trot worried, but in the end had no need to be, just over the crossbar. But they're getting closer, the men in blue. Blake Thompson now. Looks up the park. Finds Broadley. And the referee suggests that there was a push in the back there. So Maitland will have an opportunity to launch an attack here from the set piece with Matthew Thompson. He looks for Comerford, but Matthew Swan is wise to it and nods it out of play. Liam Thornton looks for Comerford again. Ball in. It's missed by the first defender, and then heavy touch from Elphick. So a bit of a missed opportunity there. Back with Blake Thompson. Looking to launch another attack for the Magpies. He goes over the top for Martin. Keeper comes. It was messy in the shot from Carl Thornton. It's a snapshot. Can't quite find the near open goal. Bit of a let off there for Olympic. About a quarter of the match down now. Still 0-0, of course. Olympic victorious in the lower grades as well earlier in the day. 3-1 in 19s and 4-1 in 22s. We're underway now. Mooney nods it on, but it's over the touchline. So it'll be Oakley to take the throw in. He finds Martin. Back to goal. Goes back to Oakley. And then finds Broadley with Thornton. The ball forward is mopped up by Cooper. But it's a heavy touch and he puts it out of play. So Oakley will have the throw again. Dangerous position. He'll look to drop it in there just on the edge of the area. And he does go long. He can't find Broadley, who appeared to be the intended target. Bertos. It's back out with Oakley now. He looks for Elphick. And it's a battle there, which Andrew Swan gets the best of. Gets good body position and then draws the foul. Temperature's just dropped a bit again here. The sun's gone back behind the cloud. Will still be good for play. Still a light breeze. Blake Thompson with the header there. Welsh Shepherd's Goodchild is back with Bertos. He finds Bailey, who goes a bit long. It's a bit too long. And Rossi will just see that one out over the goal line. Comerford looks to bring that down but can't. Bailey gets the head. Just playing a bit of pinball in the middle of the park, and then Thornton hooks it out. Swan with the throw. He looks for Bertos, who has it, but now it's Comerford. Goes forward for Broadley. Returns the favourite, still Comerford. He looked to play the ball through to Martin, but just put it behind him. It'll be Liam Thornton to take the throw in for Maitland. Bertos is onto that. Spencer with the back heel for Bertos. Thompson comes across. It's now Spencer again. He's dispossessed, illegally so, says the referee. So the call is a trip. Comerford's making a nuisance of himself. You just get a talking to this time. You want to be careful though. Of course, no bookings thus far after 26 minutes. Swan to take the free kick. He finds Bertos towards the edge of the penalty area. And then he tries to find Swan again, but instead it's Comerford. He's now trapped at the corner flag. He does well to get out of there. And then goes on a run. It's Broadley. Tries to flick inside for Thompson, but instead it's Cooper that comes up with it. Bailey goes forward for Swan. The ball in though. Can't find its intended target. Bertos now goes over the top. Shot is blocked. Cross rather is blocked. And that one's straight down the throat of Trott. He goes for Oakley, who comes for Martin. Turns inside and finds Carl Thornton. Spencer makes the challenge. He comes up with it, but yes, it was a trip. Probably the first one more than the second one. The referee decided that he couldn't let that go. Thompson with the free kick. It's Wayward. Mooney tries to come up with it. Instead, it's Oakley. To battle in the middle of the park. Goodchild draws the foul from Thompson. Smart from the marksman there. Just feeling the contact and making the best of it. It's a free kick in the middle of the park that Cooper will take. He will look forward. He looks left to Andrew Swan. He comes back to Cooper. And now the switch of play. Looks wide. He finds Mooney, who appears to have swapped sides with Bertos. The cross. There's an element of danger, but Trott was wise to it. And now it's Elphick, who plays the long ball for Broadley. With the man behind him, it's Brown, who does well. Back to Martin. Martin looks inside for Carl Thornton. There's nowhere to go, although now he picks up Broadley, who's still under attention from Brown. Hasn't let him go. Back to Martin, who looks to whip it over. Can't find anyone on the end of it. Liam Thornton now. Comerford looks to whip the ball over. And that was a cross gone wrong, so we'll have a goal kick, despite Comerford's cries that one got a touch on the way through. So that is interesting. Definitely Bertos now on our near side, and Mooney been switched over to the right-hand flank. Coach Michael Bolt's just looking to change things up a bit as they search for the opener. And that's for Goodchild, but instead it's Liam Thornton with the header. Hodges now. Back to his keeper, Ireland. He looks for Bertos on this left-hand side, but instead it's Oakley that gets in the way of it. Thompson now looks for the flick into the middle of the park, and then Thornton lobs it on. But Broadley is second to it. So now to Mooney, who does beat Thornton but doesn't beat the touchline. Thornton with the throw finds Comerford. Mooney and Swan there, tag teaming on him. Now it's with Broadley in a more advanced position. Back to Comerford with a bit of space to move. He looks for Thompson, but the assistant's flag is up. So Matthew Thompson there getting into a more advanced position this time. Just looking for the rotation there, trying to see if they can catch that back four out. They've only been caught out, of course, 4 times this season. And, of course, they're 10-0 on aggregate in their last 2 matches. Goodchild off the chest, back to Spencer, who comes across for Goodchild again. He's off balance. It's back with Swan. Back to the other Swan, because they're bookending that back 4. And now Bertos. He'll look to whip it over while he still has space. No, comes back for Swan. Swan brings it inside. And he's back across, of course, to Matthew Swan. Back in for Spencer. He finds Goodchild on the turn. And just hooks it. Back to goal and a nice volley spinning on that left peg. But just a bit too much hook, and that's past the post, much to the relief of goalkeeper Matthew Trott. It's Martin that comes up with it. Yeah, and then draws the free kick from the captain, Hodges. Matthew Thompson looks out wide for Thornton. But Matthew Swan gets in the way. Goodchild now. And back to Swan. Spencer. Goodchild's on a run here. He's got behind Rossi this time. He'll look to whip it in early. He's still going, and now Rossi manages to get back and takes it out for a corner. It's been a good battle so far between those two. Of course, Maitland without the services of Zach Best, who is overseas at the moment. So they have had to make some changes to that back line. Bertos is back over the right-hand side to take the corner. And he does swing it in now. It's over Goodchild. It's Bailey who nods it out. And then they get started quickly through Oakley. Looks up. Looks for an option. He goes back towards the middle of the park, trying to find Broadley. Brown touches back. That's a nervous one for Ireland. He had to move quickly. And in the end, all he can do is just hoof that one out of play. So a nervous moment there for the Olympic custodian. It is Martin. Down towards the corner flag, looking for some help. Swan is on him now. Now it's with Thornton. Gets out of the challenge with Bertos. Gets the ball in, but Hodges is first to it, and he puts it out of play now. Oakley will look for the throw into the area. That's where he goes. Elphick nutmegs himself. Spencer. He looked for Bertos. Didn't find him. But the call is that it came off a Maitland foot. So it will be Olympic to have the throw. And it's Swan to take it. He does find Spencer. Elphick's in the way. Now it's with Carl Thornton. Swan plays forward for Goodchild. It's strong from Oakley, who shoulders Goodchild off the ball. Now it's Thompson in a battle in the middle of the park. Spencer dives in. Illegally so, says the referee. The quick free kick. Looking for Comerford. And that's pretty blatant. Comerford just a bit keen there. Well, if there's a place to give him away, that is the spot in the opposition penalty area. Worth a try. Ireland with the free kick. He finds Mooney. It's come out off the head of Thornton, so it is Goodchild. He won't be taking the throw, though. He'll get ready to receive. It will be Matthew Swan instead, who finds Goodchild. Comerford there gets a foot in. That's an effective challenge. Looks like the park drops it a bit short, maybe, but Martin comes up with it, trying to take control of this one. Elphick with the heave-ho for Broadley. Cries of handball from the bench from Hodges. It's hit long. It's a battle in the middle of the park now. It's with Matthew Swan. He looks for Goodchild. Flicks on for Bailey, who was tripped by his opposite number before he had a chance to get a touch. Back with Spencer. Looks inside for Cooper. Flick over the top. Oakley knocks it back out. It's with Mooney. Who has the ball across. Dangerous. Bertos. Diving header. Couldn't quite get enough behind it. And he glances it over the goal line. So another near miss. Olympic starting to take control here. Maitland now mostly resorting to the canter. So we come into the final 10 minutes of the half. Martin gets the head. Cleaned up by Hodges. Now it's with Bailey, who finds Cooper, who does well to come up with it. The touch from behind, he's done very well there, in fact. And now well again to ride the challenge. Still Cooper. And now finally brought down, but it was a trip. It was a trip by Liam Thornton, and it will be a ceremonial in a dangerous position for Olympic, just on the edge of the area. In fact, it'll be a bit further back is where the foul is initially judged to have occurred. So the referee will step out 10. And we'll just have to imagine that he sprayed some vanishing spray there in front of that wall. 3-man wall by the look. Free kick comes in. Oh! And the defensive header. Looked dangerous there for a second. Oakley maybe got his body position a bit wrong. There's a corner in the end though. Nervous moment. Starting to turn the screws, Olympic. Bertos to take the corner. Spencer looks to give him a short option. He takes it. Now back with the 1-2 for Bertos, who goes himself, but he's blocked by Rossi. Now it's Comerford looking to stretch his legs. Swan has Swan Brown rather. It's still Comerford, and now in the middle of the park, Thompson across for Martin. Looks for the shot. He screwed that well wide. Just snatched at it under pressure. And Ireland can watch that harmlessly dribble over the goal line. So it's still 0-0 NPL Northern New South Wales on Bar TV Sports. As Ireland takes the goal kick. And Goodchild is left for that one uncontested, but still Blake Thompson with it. And now Thornton in a battle with Spencer. And again, Spencer gets the best of it. Bertos now looking forward. He'll look for Swan. Oakley gets a foot in and now looks forward. And he does find Martin, but Hodges is there. And Hodges again. And then Broadley trying to make a nuisance of himself. Advantage for Hamilton. Goodchild now beats one. Rides the second. Finds Bertos, who'll look for the return. It's a good cross. It's Goodchild. It's just over the bar. Couldn't quite get over it. And of course, a placement as well. You'd have to think that maybe if he got it down a bit, Trott would have been equal to it. Either side, and it could have been a different story. But another quality chance for Olympic. Martin cops the push there from Bailey. Referee spots it. So it'll be a free kick in the middle of the park and an opportunity for Maitland now to launch another attack. It'll be the captain, Blake Thompson, who this time looks maybe for Matthew Thompson maybe to catch the keeper out. He doesn't though. Ireland with safe hands. He looks maybe for Bertos. It'll be Spencer that's underneath it. It's actually Oakley in the end that gets the header. Back for Elphick. Cooper's in there strongly as well. Pumped forward. It's Broadley. Touch was not great. Now with Martin. And the free kick is given for the shove on Broadley. And it's in a pretty good position. Basically, middle of the goals and about 30 yards out. Matthew Thompson, though. Looks like maybe he'll look for the pass. It'll be a two-man wall. It'll be Mooney and Cooper in there, protecting the goal. Thompson does go himself. Gets through, but Ireland moves across well and collects. Relatively harmless free kick in the end. And then looks for Goodchild, the target man, who does find it on the chest but can't bring it down to feet. Wayward pass there. It's now with Swan. And likewise, so Thompson comes up with it in the middle of the park, looks for Thornton. Beg your pardon, that is Liam Thornton. I was thinking of Carl Thornton there. The ball is blocked, so it's with Mooney looking forward. Finds Spencer in that number 10 role. Carl Thornton comes up with it. Spencer's back with it. And it's with Goodchild, who finds Swan looking forward. Bertos is there on the other side. Mooney in the middle. It's still Swan. Plays back for Spencer, who goes on his own. And is down the throat of Trott. Now with Thompson. Looking forward for an option. Elphick moving into an advanced position. That's who he aims for. That's who he finds. It's still Elphick with the cross, but too close to the keeper. And now with Swan. Looks for Goodchild. Nudges it back for Spencer. Out for Mooney. He finds Bailey in the middle. Bailey looked he might go himself, but he was blocked by Thornton. It's fallen dangerously for Goodchild. And then Thompson gets in the way, and then Matthew Thompson in the way of Bailey's shot as well. And another corner for Olympic. So Trott had already committed to the initial threat. Matthew Thompson to the rescue. And it'll be Mooney this time to take the corner from that far side. So another swap there between he and Bertos. Mooney swings it over. It was Thompson, I fancy, on the head. Hodges on the edge of the area. Picks out Bertos. It's a good recycle. Bertos goes himself. Keeper was unsided, but Oakley got the block. Bertos will have the throw into the area and finds Spencer. On the turn, Oakley is there. It'll be another corner. Into the final minute of regular time in this first half. Maitland will be desperate to hold on here. Here comes the corner. It's short. It's dealt with. But now out with Cooper. Recycles to Swan. Back for Spencer, who hooks. And that's pretty straightforward for Trott. And now he finds Comerford on the run. But Swan recovers, so Comerford might look for the switch of play. Looks central for Thompson. But Cooper swoops on the Magpie. And now it's with Comerford again. This time he goes a bit more direct, but Hodges gets in the way. Stumble there from Brown, but he recovers with Rossi now. So it's going from the back four to back four. Rossi looks back to his keeper. And Trott gives that the treatment. So we're into stoppage time now in the first half. Referee checking his watch, looking to his assistants. Spencer. Swan. Forward for Goodchild, who flicks inside. And that will be a free kick. And the first booking of the match. dangerous position there just outside the area. Ref looks to his notebook for the first time, and it is Carl Thornton whose name he will write down, the number 3 in stoppage time. This could well be the last play. The free kick is taken. Goodchild has a chance. Oh, screws the shot. Still there, dangerous. And it's ruled there that Bailey has taken down the defender illegally. And that will be the last of the half. Round 10 NPL action at Darling Street Oval on Bar TV. Half time in this round 10 clash. It's Hamilton Olympic 0, Maitland FC 0. The players entering the pitch for the second half in this round 10 NPL Northern New South Wales clash at Darling Street Oval between Hamilton Olympic and Maitland FC. Daniel Herrero with you for this one on Bar TV, thanks to Top Better. We still can't separate the sides at the moment. They've played 135 minutes of football against each other thus far this season. Still no goals after that 0-0 draw in round one. Both sides have had their chances in this one. Hamilton Olympic, the best of them. Because Danny Ireland, Olympic goalkeeper, not especially troubled so far. It's been a bit of a different story at the other end for Matthew Trott. They've ridden their luck, the Magpies. They've got away with it so far. So we're just waiting for the rest of the players to get underway again. Doesn't appear that we've seen any halftime substitutions. We'll keep an eye out on that one for you, but the names, the faces, the numbers all look the same at the moment. So it looks like both coaches, Mr. Bolch and Mr. Pickett, are satisfied with what they've seen so far. We're underway again in the second half. Back with Hodges now. And he finds Swan. Touches inside to beat Elphick. Brings it forward now for Bertos, who has stayed on that left-hand side that he finished the first half on after he started on the right. It's with Mooney, who he swapped with. He looks now for Hodges again, who looks forward, looks inside, finds Bailey. Bertos now with Swan. Looks maybe for a ball over. He keeps it on the deck instead. He finds Bertos again now with Spencer. And now with Bertos, the 1-2. Bertos brings it over, but there's no height on the cross. It's off Oakley's legs, rather. And it's out of play. It's a first corner just a minute into the half. Of course, Hamilton Olympic in action again next weekend for FFA Cup qualifiers. We'll touch on that in just a moment as we wait for the corner to be taken by Bertos. 9, including the keeper, in the area for Maitland. It's a good corner. Trott flapped at it. He got enough of a touch. It's now out with Comerford, who looks for the counter-attack. That's been broken up now. Good child in a battle, trying to do some defensive work. Thornton, rather, came up with it. And now it's with Bertos on the edge of the area. He'll look for the cross again. He looked to cut inside, actually, and go on his own. But it's easy pickings at the near post for Trott. Back out to Comerford now, who looks forward for Broadley. Hodges in his back. Bit too much in his back, and that'll be the first free kick of the second half. So it looks like the shape is pretty much the same for both sides since they finished that first half at the moment. It'll be Comerford to take the free kick now. He'll look to dink it over to Thompson, but instead Matthew Swan gets in the way. He finds Goodchild now. He plays out for Mooney but can't get to it. And then Comerford can't keep it in, the opposite number. Spencer looks for it quickly now, leaves it for Matthew Swan. Just on the halfway line, just below where we're situated at the moment in a commentary position on Bar TV. He looks for Spencer. Rossi's in the way there. He's had a running battle with the Goodchild in the first half, but now he's going to go into the notebook. So Samuel Rossi, just 3 minutes into the half now, has earned the ire of the referee, and that'll be the second booking of the match after Carl Thornton saw yellow late in the first stanza. It's a promising position for Olympic as they search for a way to break this game open. It'll be Mooney to take it. Two-man wall is Thompson and Comerford. Matthew Thompson, that is. A couple of double-ups on the surnames out there. Mooney now. Oh, it was nearly sneaky looking for Swan, but Comerford was wise to it. Threw a leg out. And now Swan will have the throw-in instead. And he looks for Goodchild, who has Liam Thornton in his back. Now he finds Thompson, Mooney tries to take it off him. He can't. Nor can Cooper. And then there's a late challenge from Swan. Referee saw that one, so it'll be another free kick for Maitland. As we were saying before, of course, Hamilton Olympic in action again next weekend for FFA Cup qualifiers. Final qualifying stage for Northern New South Wales, which you'll be able to see as well on Bar TV. As Blake Thompson takes the free kick. Spencer now beats Matthew Thompson. Looks for Andrew Swan, who plays forward for Bertos. Oakley jockeying. He gets inside one. Then he gets inside Elphick as well. Then plays the reverse for Swan, who'll look for the cross. And that was ambitious diving backwards from Simon Mooney. That would have been one of the all-time great goals if he could somehow work something from that. Instead, it sailed across the area. It's with Grant Brown now, who looks for the cross. It's blocked by Comerford. Brown comes up with it again and beats the challenge from Broadley. And then that cross is harmless. Comerford launches it long. Martin will try and come underneath it. He's beaten Hodges the first time. He's allowed to bounce. Hodges does recover. Now it's with Bailey. He finds Cooper. Back to Bailey. Looks forward for Bertos. Then back to Andrew Swan, who surveys his options. Plays inside for Bailey. Forward for Spencer. Back for Andrew Swan. And then he'll bring it back to Hodges. He looks to maybe switch things up. He's found Cooper, who can't find Mooney. Now it's with Maitland again. It's with Comerford. Comerford beats a couple. Still Comerford carrying it forward. In a dangerous position, he goes himself. And it's a free kick given as well, so a bit of a trip at the end there that put him off balance, says the referee. And Maitland will have a quality chance here. Of course, we did see them with a ceremonial late in the first half from Matthew Thompson, from a bit further out, that ended harmlessly in the arms of Ireland. This one's a bit closer now, on a slight angle that will favour the right footer. Not sure if it'll be Thompson again or Comerford to take it. They're both standing over it. Four-man wall. It looks like this one will go straight at the keeper. And in fact, it's straight at the wall. Comerford getting no elevation. He's come up with it again now. Beats Bertos. Can't beat Hodges with the ball across. Instead, it's with Elphick. Looks up. Looks for the cross. But Andrew Swan did enough to force him into putting that one out for a goal kick. It's gone long looking for Hodges. It's Liam Thornton that gets a head on instead. Now Carl Thornton tries to bring it under control. He can't. There's a bit of a scramble in the middle of the park. It's now Martin facing forward. Challenge is legal. So now it's out with Mooney. Touches inside and then finds Bailey. Bailey looks to play good child in. Can't beat Rossi. Forces it out. Elphick now. Try and launch a bit of a counter-attack. 3 forward for Maitland. He comes for Thompson. There's a bit of a miscommunication there. It's still for Thompson. And now, the shot from Broadley is saved. Good save from Ireland. Keeps them scoreless. Through the left leg at it. And now back with Liam Thornton. So Maitland's best chance of the game by far. Missed opportunity, maybe you could argue. It's with Broadley. Now Elphick. Strong challenge from Swan, and it's with Spencer. Now Bertos. Temperature has risen on the pitch. It's with Spencer again. He might look for the cross. He's got Goodchild in the middle of the box. No, Bertos now instead. Plays back, and the shot from Cooper just fizzes over the crossbar. But wow, what an opportunity for Maitland. Broadley there went one-on-one with the keeper and somehow couldn't find a way through. Now again, it's with Martin. He looked to be taken down there illegally, but the ref saw no problem with it. Now it's gone forward. It's with Rossi. He'll look up. He'll find Liam Thornton, who'll look for Broadley but won't find. Instead, it's Cooper. He finds Mooney. Now Spencer with room to move. Bertos on his left. That's who he goes for. But rather, it's Oakley who swoops and then gets in a tussle with Andrew Swan, which the referee does not look kindly upon. So Olympic will have the free kick. Look like maybe we're readying for a substitution. Jai McKellar has the tracksuit off. He's just standing up in front of the Maitland bench at the moment. Right now it's still with Swan as we play on. He looks for Goodchild. Oh, Rossi made a bit of a mess of it now with Spencer. Didn't quite get the first touch he wants. Cooper goes himself again. Oh, what a finish from Cooper! Reese Cooper with no room to move. Threads the needle and there's the opener. And Olympic take the lead at Darling Street, 1-0. 10 minutes into the second half. So Reese Cooper gets himself onto the score sheet. His third goal of the season. And Maitland now will have to come out in search of a reply. It's a good challenge from Bailey. Now back to Matthew Swan. He looks for the chip over the top. Looks like he was trying to find Goodchild. Instead finds the touchline. But we have a goal between these two sides for the first time this season. Maitland will have to come out and attack now. And that, of course, will be dangerous against the most lethal side in the competition, Hamilton Olympic. That's their 27th goal of the season now. So it is Jai McKellar that's come on now to replace Jordan Elphick. As he just in front of the ball now as Swan plays inside. And now can't beat Thompson. It's a kick there from Swan. It was ball, says the referee. Now it's with Mooney. He looks to come inside Rossi and then goes himself. But can't curl it in. So the first change is Elphick hooked for McKellar. Number 11 on. About 56 minutes into the game. And now with Rossi. He looks a bit further for the aforementioned McKellar, rather. Now with Thompson. He looks to slide the ball through for Broadley. Oh, just across the face. A Comerford, rather, that was. Now with Thornton. Back to Thompson. He dinks it long. He's looking for Martin. Comerford again tries to come up with it. Instead, it's Bertos. And now it's Andrew Swan. He comes back to Hodges. Then Hodges goes over the top, but it's intercepted by Oakley. It's with Spencer now. Now for Swan and Bertos. Back in the park for Bailey. Spencer. Andrew Swan again and Bailey now. Now he tries to find Goodchild, who's just retreated a bit in search of the ball. And now the free kick goes the way of Maitland. Much to the consternation of the home supporters, you might be able to hear in the background. But it is Rossi who has been booked, who in the end draws the foul. Blake Thompson to take the free kick. It's headed out by Hodges. Danger not quite averted though. Oh, and another free kick. This time Simon Mooney concedes. Interesting to see if that's judged as dangerous play or a foul. We couldn't quite see it from our position. We'll see in a moment. Looks like it's going to be direct. So Matthew Thompson will have the opportunity here to go himself if he prefers, which he probably will from that distance. 5 in the wall for Olympic. Big chance for Maitland to respond. Matthew Thompson with the freebie into the wall. Now with Comerford. It's blocked by Bailey. The danger is averted. It's with Mooney, who looks long. Thompson back to Rossi. Rossi back inside for Comerford. He looks wide, and then the switch of play. Looking forward, instead it's collected by Ireland. I go to Swan, back to Hodges. Hodges chips over for Bertos. But instead it's Oakley that's first to it, and now another free kick. Starting to mount for Maitland. Maybe just starting to feel their way back into this one. They're searching for the goal. It's played square for Thompson, who looks up. Maybe goes himself, but was blocked. Rossi heads on for Thornton. Now for McKellar. It's not quite brought down by Thompson. Goodchild has it. And now Spencer jumps in, but the free kick has been given. I fancy for the initial challenge from Thompson on Goodchild. Referee perhaps waiting there to see if an advantage would accrue. It did not, so he calls it back. It's played across for Swan. He looks to chip for Bertos. He does come up with it, but then he's dispossessed by Oakley, who goes upfield looking for Broadley. And then that one's intended for Martin, but instead cleaned up by Brown. Now Matthew Thompson looks for the switch of play, but McKellar won't reach that. The ball's in play there, no pressure on Ireland, just waiting to see what he can find. He pumps it long. He looks for Mooney, who does get the header on, but the second ball ends up with Blake Thompson. Then he gets underneath it, bounces around the middle of the park, Comerford, but he plays it straight to Swan, and now it's with Bertos, the former All-White, looking forward. And he finds Goodchild out near the touchline. Goodchild tries to go himself, but no joy there. It'll be Maitland through Comerford now, back inside to Matt Thompson. Touch is heavy. And then the pass falls in the hands of the keeper, Trott. McKellar. Cries of handball, not heeded. He comes back for Thornton. Draws the free kick from Mooney. And just some wayward feet in there from the number 7, Rossi, with the switch of play. Bit of work to do for Oakley. Comes out to Thompson. And forward now for Comerford. Back inside for Comerford. And he beats the challenge of Bertos. But he can't find McKellar. Now it is Bertos. It's back for Cooper. Back to Brown. And that one is going to end up over the touchline. The throw-in is taken. It's Martin. Holds off Mooney. Broadly with a flick over. McKellar looking forward now. Takes on his man. Doesn't beat him. Instead, they'll have the throw-in. It's with McKellar again. Back to Thornton. Finds McKellar. Oh, it's a good turn, but then just Got a bit crossed up with it. Blake Thompson gets in front of his man Goodchild. That's been a good battle as well so far. Mooney acrobatically knocks it forward, but he only finds Rossi. He shifts it across for Oakley, who looks up for Martin, but instead it's Hodges that thumps it over the hoardings. They'll start again with Oakley taking the throw in on that far side. Round 10 NPL action on Bar TV thanks to Top Better. Back to Oakley, who looks for Broadley, but Brown does enough. And in fact now it's a booking, and that is for Broadley. So the yellow card has been shown to the Maitland number 6. So foul was given there. It's interesting, although maybe more for dissent than the foul itself. Appeared to not be too bad anyway. We're underway again. Not much doing there. And in fact, we're back now battling in the middle of the park. Someone trying to take control of it. He's playing some volleyball at the moment with it. Now it's with Mooney on the deck. And he finds Goodchild on the edge of the area, but Thompson is there in the way. It's with Mooney again. He looks to bring it across. He finds Spencer. Back to goal now, so he'll go out to Swan, who puts the cross in. Goodchild is there, but Thompson has the head now. It's with Mooney. And I'm not sure if that was a cross or a shot. I don't know if he was sure either. It ends up in the hands of Trott instead. Maitland will look to launch an attack now out to McKellar, but instead Swan gets in the way. Mooney heads that on, and then there's a clash of bodies. It'll be a blue free kick. So Liam Thornton, the offender there for Maitland. Referee just pointing at his watch there, wanting to get things underway. Spencer plays for Matthew Swan. 1-2. Spencer into the area now. He's carried it forward a fair way. He'll earn a corner. Which Mooney will take. It's a good corner. Oh, the header from Cooper, but he just couldn't get over it. Reaching for it slightly. It was a well-placed corner. Firm header, just lacked a bit of the trajectory. One away again now with Martin, but he has too much to do against 3 men in blue shirts. And then a bit of a push for his trouble. Referee plays on. May come back for a talking to when this one's out of place. Spencer goes himself, blocked by Thompson. Bertos comes up with it on the edge of the area. And we've got an offside. So Bertos looks like coming back from an offside position. Taken quickly. Looking for Comerford, who looked to nod on for Broadley. Now it's with Comerford again. Goes long for Martin, but instead it's intercepted by the keeper. Good initiative, though, from the men in white. Hodges will get under that. No, Liam Thornton does instead. Throw in for Swan on the near side. In fact, we'll have a change. So it is Mooney that is withdrawn for the number 3, Daniel Bird, coming on now in the 69th minute. So first change for Olympic. So one sub each for the 2 teams now. Michael Bolch and Steve Piggott, the respective coaches of Olympic and Maitland, both showing their hands. Just bobbling around now. Liam Thornton nods it forward. Martin with it. And that's the first involvement for Daniel Bird. It just rebounds off him into touch. Liam Thornton with the throw. He looks for Bird. He looks for Martin rather, but Bird gets in the way. It's with Trott now, who looks for McKellar. Swan is in the way, now with Bird. Bird can't beat either. Through a leg there, now it's Bird that's come up with it again. He looks for Matthew Swan, getting forward from the right back position. Cuts for Goodchild, who leaves. Matthew Thompson cleans up for Maitland for now, though. And now it's Goodchild again, flicks for Cooper, who cuts. Trott gets the touch, an important touch. And now Maitland looking to launch something again through first Oakley, now Comerford. It's Andrew Swan, though, that intercepts. Comerford will start again with the throw in the middle of the park to Matthew Thompson. Liam Thornton looks for McKellar, but instead it's Swan that comes up with it. It's McKellar, the substitute. And he's forced out by Matthew Swan. So it's with McKellar again. Back for Blake Thompson. Looks for the forward ball, but it's somewhat aimless. Thornton all over his man there, so Bird draws the foul. In that right wing position he's come on for, replacing Mooney a few minutes ago. And Matthew Swan, rather, will take the free kick for Olympic. He looks into the area. It's knotted on by Bird. Falls harmlessly, though. Rossi clears. Now with Bertos. Looks to turn. He's allowed to. And now plays back for Bailey, who looks for an incisive ball. Spencer just couldn't quite get a foot on that. Dribbles through to Trott. And he'll look to go quickly. Matthew Thompson getting into an advanced position. So he's been kind of box to box so far today, normally playing as a DM or sometimes even the centre back. He's been getting in some good positions so far as Matthew Thompson, the former Jet, among others. Now it's with Cooper. And yeah, pulled back, says the referee. So a free kick will help Olympic out of their own half. Into the final 20 minutes of this match. National Premier League's Northern New South Wales on Bar TV, thanks to Top Better. And remember, of course, FFA Cup qualifiers next weekend on Bar TV. You can check out our Facebook page for all the dates and times out at the Lake Macquarie Regional Football Facility in Spears Point. Hodges now, the captain, looks to knock it forward. Bertos comes, but he can't take possession of it cleanly. So now it's with Comerford. Rides a couple of challenge. Referee's had enough with that. Blows the free kick. Still good nature there between Bertos and Comerford. They've had a good battle so far this game. What a number of them. Martin off the chest. Can't quite bring it to feet. And now concedes the free kick for the lunge on Cooper, I believe. And we'll have another change. Michael Bolch looking to his bench again, and it will be Patrick Brown, the man that will come on. So Patrick Brown on in the 73rd minute for Olympic, and he replaces Tommy Spencer. The one change left for Olympic now. Coach Steve Piggott for Maitland still has two up his sleeve. Bertos riding high. He looks to have swapped sides again. We'll just keep an eye on that. So maybe Bertos back on the right wing. That is Bird. In fact, they're both on this side at the moment. Bailey beats one. Now it's out for Swan, who looks to cross for the man that's just come on. Bertos instead hits it. Misdirected, and he just screws it across the face of goal. But that was a good chance for the man who played at the 2010 World Cup for New Zealand. Trot now to take the goal kick as we enter the final, we're getting on to nearly the final quarter of an hour of this match. It's with Bailey, who looks forward for Patrick Brown. Instead, there's a free kick. So, yeah, Brown and Bertos have swapped now. So, Bertos has returned to the right wing position. Patrick Brown has gone to the left. Bertos back to where he started. It's even Ireland that will be getting forward to take this free kick. And he looks to go long again. He'll look for Goodchild, who's mostly been kept under control in this match thus far. It's centre-back pairing of Blake Thompson and Samuel Rossi have done a pretty good job there, notwithstanding, of course, that Maitland does trail by the odd goal. And, of course, that goal on the 55th minute to the number 10, Reece Cooper. Forward now, McKellar. Just waiting for it to sit for him. Back to goal now. And then given the treatment by Swan. Bounces on the roof of the grandstand on top of us. Liam Thornton looks for Broadley. He goes forward now with McKellar. Running at the defence is McKellar, but he runs out of options. Bird comes up with it. Now out to Bertos. Back inside, it's Goodchild. Bounces fortuitously for him, so Goodchild will run at goal. He's got options left and right. He's got Bird, and that's a poor effort. Brown will try and keep it in. He does. Look to recycle it. In fact, he just comes back now to Andrew Swan. They just bring things under control again. Now Bailey, back to Swan, back to Hodges. Hodges looks for Cooper, who sees a run of Bertos, but instead goes centrally to Bird. Now it's out to Bertos. Swan with the overlap, but instead it's a toe in from Thornton. And then it's lumped forward. Ben Martin for the Magpies. He plays back for Comerford. Martin again, but instead cleaned up by Cooper, who hoofs it long. And returned by Oakley. Now it's with Bird. Bird looks for the run of Brown, but can't find him. Patrick Brown, that is. And Daniel Bird just using body position there. Now he has it, but the touch is poor. And that pleases the travelling fans here at Darling Street. You believe they should have had a free kick. Bird now looking forward. Thompson, Matthew Thompson, that is, looking to make a nuisance of himself. Bird brings it back, and then that is a trip. And that'll be a free kick. Cooper taken down there. Missed time challenge from Matthew Thompson. It'll just be a warning for now. Goodchild comes up with it in the area. Back to goal. It takes two to take it off him. Now Bailey. Heavy off his chest. It's with Swan. And then back to Grant Brown. He snatches at it. Liam Thornton for McKellar. Bertos comes up with it. Nutmegs Thornton. And there goes on a run. Still Bertos. Looks for the cross. Maybe finds Patrick Brown at the far post. But the flag is up. Nodded back by Bailey. Safely into the arms of Danny Ireland. And he'll look for Grant Brown. Plays middle of the park. Bird and Bertos. And take your pick there for the free kick. It's for the initial tackle, late tackle on Bird by Carl Thornton. Just maybe some frustration starting to creep in for the travelling side. Is going to go in search of an equaliser. Long ball looking for Goodchild, but Thompson is wise to it. Now it's Comerford taken down, so Maitland will have a freebie. Matt Thompson. Back to Oakley. Looks forward for Broadley. He's got Hodges on him. And Hodges just knocks it over the sideline. So final 10 minutes of this match. First plays third. Hamilton Olympic looking to maintain their lead. Well, they maintain their lead either way at the top. But looking to go 8 wins from 9. It's with Bird now. He's a chance here. 3-on-3 at the back. Out to Patrick Brown. Cross is met by Rossi. He doesn't get the best foot on it, though. Then Blake Thompson tries to head it back to the keeper, but instead it's over the goal line and it's a corner for Olympic. And the corner is straight to the keeper, Trott, who looks to move quickly. He finds Comerford down that right-hand flank, who goes on a run. He's just held up there by Bird, and that allows the Olympic defence to recover. But now it's Comerford again. Can't quite slide the ball through. Bertos now plays back to Swan. It'll be Swan who looks to chip over for Bertos. Flag stays down. Oakley makes the tackle, ball and all. Suspect the Olympic will be fine with that. It's just soaking up the seconds on the clock. Goodchild taken down illegally so by Comerford. It'll be a free kick for Hamilton Olympic just on the corner of that penalty area. Two-men wall for Maitland. They've left a couple up, as you'd suspect. It'll be Bertos to swing it in from the far side. And that's pretty harmless in the end from Bertos. Disappointment for him. Trott just calling his defenders to move forward a bit, so looking to get on with this now. Put by Bird, and he finds Patrick Brown. Going to take on Rossi. He tries to come inside. He finds Goodchild. Goodchild beats one. Back to Patrick Brown. Back inside for Goodchild, who still comes up with it. And then finally, Thornton dispossesses him, but Trott can't keep the ball in, so it'll be another corner for Hamilton Olympic. And this time it will be Pat Brown to take. Oh, the corner looked to be flicked on there by Reece Cooper. Another attempt at the backward header. We saw a spectacular attempt in the first half from Mooney. That wasn't quite such a reach, but still a hard ask all the same. And instead, it'll be a goal kick. And Trott looking to go long again for the Magpies. He does. Martin can't come up with it. Grant Brown instead has the header. Daniel Bird, he's got Brown on his right. But Brown can't beat his man Rossi. So now it's McKellar. And then Thornton. Hits it long. Now Matthew Thompson. It's 4-on-3 for Maitland. This is a chance for them. Out to Comerford. Comerford looks to shift in the area. Thompson! Oh, wow! Matthew Thompson with the equaliser for Maitland. Delicate ball through from Comerford. It looked like time stood still for the former A-League player. And a composed finish just side foots it in just inside the post. We are all square with 5 minutes remaining at Darling Street. Hamilton Olympic 1, Maitland FC 1. So we're underway again. How is this one going to play out now? You'd suspect that Olympic will be looking for the winner. We wonder about Maitland travelling here. Will they be content for the draw? Will they be going for another one? There's a real sense of urgency now from the host. They're going to go to try and get that lead back. It's with Pat Brown. Shifts it inside, but Broadley dropping back deep to gain possession for Maitland. Now it's with Broadley again, and another break. Comerford running forward at Swan. They've got options again. Strong challenge from Swan. Didn't get the ball, took the man. Lunging forward, so he goes in the book now. And a free kick in a dangerous position for Maitland. Andrew Swan in the referee's notebook for a dangerous challenge. So he picks up a booking in his first match of the season. Matthew Thompson and also Comerford standing over this one. It looks like it will be Thompson to take it again. He's taken most of the freebies this afternoon for Maitland. He goes short for Broadley. Referee is in the way. Broadley again. Strikes Bailey. And then Ireland manages to just knock that over. He can't prevent the corner. So Comerford will look to swing it in. We're into the final 3 minutes at Darling Street Oval NPL on Bar TV. Comerford goes long this time. It's over the top. Still there with Carl Thornton. Back to goal. Now with Oakley. Now with McKellar. Matt Thompson recycles. Goes wide for Comerford. Comerford gets it in there. Swan gets in the way. Now with Bailey. Goodchild. Hamilton looking to launch the counter. It's still Goodchild. Comerford recovers well with a tackle that pleases the Maitland bench. Now with Goodchild again, who's been dropping deep to take possession. It's been a feature of this game so far for the target man. And a strike from distance. Falls into the arms of Trott, so Bailey not troubling the keeper excessively there. It's not a back from Hodges. That is going to roll over for another corner. So Maitland, could they pull this one out of the fire? This would be an inspired victory for them after their first loss of the season Last time out a fortnight ago against Edgeworth. Of course, it's still 1-1 at the moment. It's still anyone's game. A minute plus stoppage time remaining. And Olympic now have them all back except the target man, Goodchild. Comerford, it's in a dangerous area. It's caught well, though, by Ireland acrobatically. And I look to push up quickly. He'll look for Goodchild. Instead, it's Blake Thompson. Look for the headed pass, but found the sideline instead. Brown. Pat Brown, that is. Instead, it'll be Swan that takes it. Bird. Swan. Inside for Cooper. Instead, it's Thompson. The goal scorer. McKellar. Still McKellar. Beats a third. And then a bit too eager to recover possession there. Some consternation, though, from the Maitland supporters. They felt that McKellar was impeded himself as he went on that run. Ireland hits it long. Rossi meets it. Forward, Hodges. Burtos. Liam Thornton. Now it's with Swan. Pat Brown will try and keep this one in. He does. And he hits that one off Oakley. So now Olympic will have a corner. We're into stoppage time. Not sure how long we've got. At a rough guess, 2 minutes, maybe 3. We've used up nearly 1 so far. And an opportunity for Olympic to win it here. Goodchild couldn't quite get onto it. Swan. In the end, the shot is tame. It's with Trott now. It's going end to end. It's a thrilling finish. In this big game, that's a trip. Maybe. No, referee's happy to give it now. Here's an opportunity for Matthew Thompson. We're getting on into stoppage time now, and he has a chance for a late winner. Matthew Thompson hits it. Can't keep it down. Two minutes into stoppage time now. They can't be much longer. It's with Burtos. He flicks it over. Cooper. And now Olympic will have a corner. It's turned into something of a shootout to finish this match. Burtos. The corner is not great, but it's not dealt with especially well either by the defence. Then Trott fumbles. Comerford clears. It's with Bird. Dancing across the middle of the park now. And then cleared by McKellar. Referee checking his watch. Pat Brown, maybe one last chance. He draws the foul. Pat Brown to take. Pinballs around the area. It's Cooper. It's dealt with. And that will be that. So a late goal for Matthew Thompson squares thing up. Honours even at Darling Street Oval. Goals in the second half. It was Reece Cooper in the 55th minute to give the hosts the lead. And then Matthew Thompson with the equaliser with a composed finish in the 86th minute for Maitland FC. So Olympic, they still can't get the better of Maitland, the only team they haven't been able to do so thus far NPL on Bar TV, round 10, thanks to Top Better. Final score at Darling Street Oval. Hamilton Olympic 1, Maitland FC 1.